Good morning, Davenport. Mayor Matson here. Just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about a couple things to give you some feedback. We're still in this pandemic. There's been some uptick, some spikes in cases, so we need to do our job here and practice social distancing. I haven't talked about this with you for a while, but I'm sure you're fully aware. We need, when you are in a group of folks or anywhere, please think about wearing a mask. Make sure you social distance, keep your 6-foot separation, and if you're going to an inside location with a lot of people, I'd ask you to please consider maybe doing something else, because we need to stick with this. We're getting ready to think about opening schools. We're working into the fall here. You've done a good job, but now we loosened up a little bit with opening, and now we're getting some cases again, as you're fully aware. So I just want to take a moment and say, please continue to practice social distancing and be aware if you get close to people that this pandemic is still there. Then the second thing I want to talk to you about is give you a little feedback. I've been talking with a lot of our leaders in the minority community, the NAACP and LULAC and others, and listening and hearing and understanding their concerns. One of the common themes that I've been hearing is hiring, and both at City Hall, in our departments, whether it's public safety, police, fire, or all of our departments. So we've been talking about what can we do and how can we help. So you're going to hear me talk today about I'm looking for partnerships to help with this, because we can't do it alone. So I'm committing to you that we as the city are going to have an enhanced communication strategy to push out information to folks, both in our minority community, church organizations, everybody that comes in contact with young adults, to help you understand when application processes begin, when we have workshops for public safety, police and fire, all of those different things. And then I'll ask you to find some good candidates and bring them, escort them, mentor them through this process, especially getting them to the places that have critical time and dates attached, like the application windows or the job workshops, so they can have information on how to be successful through the process. And today I have two wonderful individuals from the city with me, Scott Vendo Wustine, who is our talent administrator, meaning he's overseeing how do we get talent, how do we get people into the city. I have Courtney Jones, who's our talent acquisition specialist. So she's kind of the bones of the operation that is going to help administer and do this process. So I'm going to have them talk a little bit about their thoughts and what we've kind of done and what we're going to push forward. But again, you're going to hear me keep saying partnership. I need your help to find quality candidates and bring them to the city. So Scott, if you take a little time and talk about what we're doing and what you've been doing and maybe how we're going to go forward.
Sure, and thanks for this opportunity, Mayor. Appreciate this. It's an ongoing process when it comes to increasing the diversity of our police department. Now, I'm more intimately involved in the hiring process of the Davenport Police Department, and I like to kind of phrase it in this perspective that I want to increase the opportunities that when a squad car is driving through a neighborhood or out on the street and a small boy or girl who may be minority, I want to increase the opportunities that they see someone like them, whether it be gender diversity, racial or ethnic diversity, LGBT diversity, religious diversity, socioeconomic diversity. I want to increase those opportunities full bore across the board.
Thank you.
We've had some success over the last several years, and we celebrate those successes, but we have so much more work to do. And I am the staff liaison for our Affirmative Action Commission, and I constantly tell them, you all have these social and professional networks. Help us with spreading the news and helping to identify those individuals who are interested in possibly having a career in law enforcement, right, or public safety in general, and bring them to us. We have a lot of avenues that we can begin mentoring them, getting them prepared for the very comprehensive, competitive process that it is to become a police officer. As many people know, it's not an easy job. So we're looking for the right people that want to do it.
Thank you, Scott. So we have workshops that help folks understand the process and quite frankly, I think maybe be a little bit more successful in that process. Talk a little bit about that and how we're going to push that harder.
Sure. And for the last several years, we've hosted police officer applicant workshops because the process is competitive and comprehensive and lengthy, anywhere from 4 to 5 months. We decided to host these informational sessions so people could understand what these steps are. And a lot of these steps are state mandated, so we are required to do certain steps at certain time intervals, but it really gives them a holistic view of this is the process. And it does set them up for success if they persevere through the process. We've seen people that have attended those informational sessions and have been through the process and have been successful. So you're essentially giving yourself a leg up just by fully understanding what it's going to take over the next 4 to 5 months. And if you remain committed to it, you can be successful.
And I think that's a key is the commitment part. And that's why I'm asking for partnerships out in the community to help, because myself and others, it's sometimes hard to stay with something for months.
Sure.
So I need your assistance to find these applicants and bring them to Scott or Courtney, bring them to our city, get them to those workshops, and we're going to do our part of making sure you know when they are well in advance.
Absolutely.
I'm committed to making sure of that. We're committed. But I need your assistance to get those folks to those workshops and stick with, and quite frankly, be there with them in support. So thank you, Scott, for that. So I'll transition to Courtney. If you could talk a little bit from your perspective of how we're going to, or what we've been doing and how we're going to help with this.
Yeah, so I can't stress enough how important it is we need the community's help. You know, that's so true. We always need their help. But with that, like you said, the hardest part is the application part, actually getting people to fill out the application and move through that process. One thing that I think is really important for people to know is that all of our processes are mandated by a commission. So there really is a succinct step for each part of a hiring process. Oftentimes it starts with the application, completing an application, taking a test. In some cases, that means taking a physical ability test as well for police and fire in specific. So, and then going through those mandates that are governed oftentimes either by the state or by our own commission. But the one thing that I really want to stress, because you said it too, we're going to try to get the word out earlier. And I think we are moving in the right direction when it comes to recruitment. So whether that be through social media, word of mouth, physically going out into the community, having applicant workshops, maybe in places in the community where you might not expect that. So like gyms and things like that, just really getting our hands in there and getting dirty, so to speak. But one of the ones that I want to focus on particularly is our application recruitment process for firefighter.
Okay.
So firefighter, we're going to be opening that one up on October 1st.
October.
Yep, October 1st. And so we're gonna blast social media, but we need your help in getting out there and getting into the community and getting people to apply. That's really the first step, and it's the hardest step. So October 1st, firefighter recruitment, that's when it starts. You'll be hearing a lot more about application workshops throughout the months of November and December of this year.
And so anybody who's listened to this or is interested, if you're not getting information from us, call me, email me, Scott or Courtney. If you send it to me, I think a lot of people are comfortable sending me emails or calling. I'll make sure they know, and we'll get you on the distro list. We'll make sure you're part of it. But also for the folks that are listening, if you're involved in a church organization or a community organization, of whatever that is, I would ask you to pass the word. Continue to tell people. And then one other thing I want to talk about for like public safety, I think I'm correct in saying there's an minimum age requirement of 21.
That is correct.
Right, so helping us find those 20-year-olds that might be close to 21 or 21, 22-year-olds, that's kind of where we're looking at, 23, 24. That's a requirement, that's an age requirement that sometimes causes concern for folks. So, but you need to know that, right? And help kids, and I say kids, but these are young adults. I'm older, these guys are not. help them understand that these public service jobs, police, fire, or other city jobs, are important, and we think it's very important because the feedback we got is we need to do better. So I'm committing to you, city, and folks like Scott and Courtney, and of course our city administration. We are committed to doing our part to get the word out and to help with this process. But we need your continued feedback and we need your partnership. If it's just us saying, hey, come to the Davenport and apply, that's nice, but we need adult mentors, quite frankly, in my opinion, to reach out to folks that you know in our community in Davenport that are in that 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old age that might be interested in police or fire, might be interested in other jobs here in the city. We want and appreciate and look forward to having a more diverse organization. And so there's a commitment here. And if you have any questions, any ideas, any thoughts, call me, call Scott, call Courtney. They both work in the Human Resources Department. So you can go on the website and see Human Resources, or you can call me and I'll get you in contact with them. Because if you have better ideas, other ideas on what we can do, as you heard Courtney say, we're going to take job workshops to the community.
Yes.
If you have a place where you could gather a bunch of folks that you say, hey, it'd be a good idea if you come here. She mentioned fire. Maybe at the end of September or the beginning of October. I think we could probably figure that out and work that out. So back and forth communication. We're committed to increasing diversity here in the city of Davenport. I was so proud the last group of police officers that I swore in and then the city council approved. We had 5 and 4 of them were of the minority community, and that's wonderful, but we got to keep working on it. Scott's done a good job. Courtney's done a good job of trying to increase the diversity, but we want to enhance that, and it gets enhanced by you, the community, helping us with that. So, Scott, anything else you want to talk about or add? Or
No, this is a great conversation. Let's keep it going.
That's right. Courtney?
No, I appreciate your time.
Thank you. So, thank you. Please help us. Any questions? 326-7701 or email me at mike.matson@davenportiowa.com. Thank you very much, Davenport. Be safe.